Sound check, sound check. All right. Check. That's weird. Your feed of my live video is faster than my feed of my live video. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. All right. Yeah, so I'm slightly delayed. I had a coaches meeting for Little League that ran longer than I was expecting. I was a little bit afraid it might run a long time, and it did. So anyways, we're ready to go. We've got a big night because we've actually got 2 breaks for the price of 1. I'm going to leave them both in the same video. So we're going to do both of these in one video just because I don't want to deal with stopping and then restarting. Good evening, JC. So we have the Patreon break and we have our Breakers Club night. So let's just slide this out of the way for just a second. So we're going to do the Patreon break first. And that is going to consist of the pretty much brand new Topps Heritage High number. This is from 2025, but was released just like, I don't know, within a month, I think. And then we also, for the Patreon break, have the 2025 Topps Chrome Update Series. This is one of those mega box type deals. So we're going to do those first for the Patreon, and I'll go through who has what in the Patreon, but just so everyone knows what we're doing tonight. And then over on the Breakers Club side, which we will do after we're done with the Patreon break in the same video, we've got a box of 2025 Stadium Club, which I'm excited because I haven't opened these at all. We've got a mega box of 2021 Topps Heritage. I said I was throwing in a random pack each night. So tonight's pack is Panini Prism from 2021 as well. Figured those went well together. And then in sort of a weird, just why not do something a little bit different? I had never heard of Topps Heritage 51. Apparently they came in full base sets, which is what this is. But there's also supposed to be an autograph in each box. Hopefully we don't get one of the redemptions. And then also 21 mini parallels in each box. So we should get the full base set plus some of the insert minis, whatever. So that's what we're going to do. JC says a likely story for my excuse for being late. Yes. No, I could show you the draft, as it were. We had to figure out who was going to be on what teams, and it's just a whole thing. And then we didn't have enough coaches. They thought they did, but they didn't, and so we had to call people and try to get a third coach. It was just a mess, but I'm done with it now. You also might hear a little bit of nasal in my voice because I've been battling a pretty terrible illness all weekend into Monday and Tuesday. Luckily, it coincides with my spring break, so I'm not missing work, but yeah, so if I sound slightly strange, that's why. Anyhow, let me quickly run. So the Breakers Club, I already ran through all the teams last break, which was last Tuesday. So I'm not going to go through all the Breakers Club's teams, but let me go through the Patreon teams and who has what, because that's a new break for this month. This is the February Patreon break. If you are new to my Patreon, basically we have a break for a month. The month closes. Patreon processes all the fees for that month. Gives me a list of who's paid in for the month. And then shortly thereafter, we open the boxes for the previous month. So these are the February Patreons. So if you are a patron in February and paid up in February, you are part of this break. Right now, we have the March Patreon taking signups. And if you're curious, that will have 2026 Topps Heritage. So the brand new Heritage, a blaster of 2025 Topps Chrome Update, and then a Fanatics blaster of 2025 Topps Series 2. Those Fanatics blasters have a chance at like getting some like jerseys and stuff, I think. So maybe we get lucky. I've never opened a Fanatics blaster, but that's my understanding. So that'll have 3 boxes in it. But for this particular break, this is the February Patreon break. We've got, let me quickly go through the list. JC graciously grabbed a bunch of teams at the end to fill this thing up, which I very much appreciate. So JC's got the Diamondbacks, White Sox, Astros, Royals, Marlins, Rays, and Blue Jays. Jackal has the Braves. Super Gadget has the Orioles, Red Sox, and Athletics. Ryhawk has the Cubs. I have the Reds. Level Brick Blow has the Guardians. Adam K has the Rockies. Pennsylvania Tiger has the Tigers. Peach Pitch has the Angels and Mets. Dr. Mustang has the Dodgers. Uncle Ben has the Brewers. Iowa State has the Twins. Lost Collector has the Yankees. Dan R has the Phillies. 412 JMac has the Pirates. Swinko has the Padres. Vosbrink the Giants. Ocelot the Mariners. Cards on Cards has the Cardinals. Tasty Brisket has the Rangers. And Don Dog has the Nationals/Expos. So that is the full run through of the Patreon break, and now we're going to get going. So I think we're going to start with the update, and we'll save the Heritage for a second. Now, let's see. JC says, I realized long ago I only made my Little League team since my dad was a sponsor. I was not good at all. Yeah, I played Little League. I was I think okay at best. I did make the All-Stars my last year, so I had some decent, but I was, I wasn't even the best on my own individual team, that's for sure. But I always enjoyed playing, and my son seems to be enjoying it. He's also, he's got, my genes, so he's not really going to ever be an amazing. There's your empty box. Get this little flappy thing out of the way so you can see. Very empty. So he'll probably never be, a super amazing athlete or anything. But as long as he's enjoying it and having fun, I'm happy to coach. So that's what we do. All right. So this is Topps Chrome update. 6 cards per pack. Get 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs, it looks like. Yep, 7 packs per box. So yeah, we'll see what we end up with here. There's retail exclusive Chrome autographs possible, green refractors, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. You know me. I don't try to do a ton of research ahead of time. We just see what we get and go from there. All right. So we begin with a very shiny pirate because it's all Chrome, so they'll all be shiny. We got Ronnie Simon. Never heard of him. We got Yusei Kikuchi for the Angels. We got Spencer Schwellenbach for the Braves with his rookie debut stamp there. We got Marcelo Mayer, Fortune 15 for the Red Sox. That's kind of a cool looking card. Very Stadium Club-esque, if you ask me. We have a pair of X-Fractors. We've got, let's see here, hard to read, J.C. Escara for the Yankees and Rich Hill for the Royals. There's a dichotomy of ages. We got a brand new rookie catcher for the Yankees, and we got Rich Hill, who has been playing since 2005. Look at how dinky those numbers have to be to fit off his career stats versus this guy who only played for Somerset and Scranton Wilkes-Barre in 2024. So that's kind of fun just to see the difference. Yeah, so back to Little League. I did make my all-star team my last year of playing Little League, but I honestly think it was more because I had a positive attitude than my actual skill set. So, We got James Wood for the Nationals, Liam Hicks, Marlins, Alan Roden, Twins, Yoan Moncada, Angels. We have an X-Fractor Paxton Schultz, rookie for the Blue Jays. And then we have a Chrome Refractor Braxton Fulford, rookie for the Rockies. Yep, they do say refractor on the back, but that one I was able to catch on my own. So that one going to Colorado. JC says, Rich Hill is a great Immaculate Grid option. I am so bad at Immaculate Grid. I'm good at the statistics ones, but when it's just like name a guy that played for these two teams, boy, am I bad at those. Tyler Locklear, Diamondbacks. I should learn more names like Rich Hill that cover so many teams. That would be smart, but no one's accused me of being smart. Luke Keiskell for the Twins. Willie McIver for the Athletics. We should play the game of how many of these guys have I actually heard of, because the answer is very few so far. We have a really nice 1990 Topps refractor of Roki Sasaki. That's pretty cool. I like that card. I like the 90 Topps design. We've got an X-Fractor of Ahmed Rosario for the Yankees. And then we've got a Wave refractor, or whatever they call these things, Ceddanne Rafaela for Boston. So going to Super Gadget there. A lot of parallels in these packs, considering how few cards there are per pack. All right, Luis Angel Acuna for the Mets. Robert Hassel III for Washington. Luke Keuchel for the Twins. We got Hunter Goodman for the Rockies with the All-Star Game logo. That's cool. We have an X-Fractor for the Angels, Garrett McDaniels. And for the Phillies, an X-Fractor, John Duran. Ray Wave, JC says, was what that last parallel was. Thank you. Yes. I knew I had some sort of wave in it. Ramon Laureano for the Padres. Cade Horton, Cubs. Chris Bubick, Royals. Tyler Locklear, Diamondbacks. This is the Prism Refractor, I think they call those. I should put the names on there. That would be helpful. Put these not in the parallel pile. There we go. We've got Matthew Lugo, X-Fractor, and another Ray Wave, Cam Smith. That's a nice one. Rookie for the Astros. Next up, we got Spencer Torkelson for Detroit. We've got Maverick Hanley for the Orioles. We have Mick Abel for the Phillies. We have Maverick Hanley again, but this time as a teal Ray Wave, numbered 66 out of 199. A little color parallel there for the Orioles. Going to Super Gadget. There we go. Congratulations. We got the first red of the box, Ke'Bryan Hayes for my Reds, and we have another refractor, Paxton Schultz for the Blue Jays. JC's keeping me in line with all the parallels. I got Prism right, he says, so that's good. At least I know something. Ryan McMahon, Yankees. Logan Henderson, Brewers. Behind him is Austin Slater of the Yankees. We got Josh Naylor, Mariners. We got Agustin Ramirez, X-Fractor for the Marlins. And we finish off with a Met, Tyler McGill. Easy for me to say, for the Mets. So our parallels and our base cards were actually very similar in stack size, all things considered. So there you go. We had two regular refractors and then a ton of X-Fractors and one numbered one. This probably the hit of the box, the Maverick Hanley. And in fact, let me sleeve that right away. Numbered out of 199. Now, of course, going to the Orioles. I'm also going to sleeve this Roki because it's nice and I like it. All right. So there you go. Quick little box there just to add some extra cards to the Patreon break. And now the main event for the Patreon break, our box of Heritage High Number. I was glad to have pre-ordered this. With the Patreon stuff, I usually try to pre-order things. It's dangerous because sometimes you pay more for a pre-order, I've learned, than you would have had to otherwise. Other times, it's the only way to get a product. Sometimes everything sells out and you otherwise can't get it. I think Heritage High Number seems to be falling in the latter camp where it's actually quite difficult to find right now. So the fact that we have a box and in hand is really nice. And let me take all these packs out so you can see the empty box, and then push all those up here. I don't know why they are all in upside down. Kind of weird. Strange choice. Oh, I'm sorry if there was just a really loud noise. I just hit my microphone. All right. I have to mute the YouTube video while I have it on because otherwise you get my voice twice, and that's confusing. So I don't know if that made a loud bang or not. But here we go. So this is Heritage High Number. There should be one auto per box, or one hit per box, actually. I don't know that they necessarily promise it's an auto. Yeah, one auto or relic in every box. So we'll see what we end up with. We begin with a Met, AJ Minter. Liam Hicks for the Marlins. Yainer Diaz for the Astros. And right away, we get a very nice hit. We have 87 out of 99 for the Athletics. Denzel Clark, green refractor. And that's gorgeous for an Athletics. That is also going to Super Gadget. So Super Gadget making out well here. Numbered 87 out of 99. You can see that right on his throat. Denzel Clark for the Athletics. Nice rookie. We got Adam Frazier, the Blue Sparkles for the Royals. Again, in color matches, nice. We got Craig Yoho for the Brewers, Cody Clemens for the Twins, and Shelby Miller for the Brewers. Super Gadget says there are some online places that you can find it. Yeah, I was looking my local Tops just to see if I could grab a blaster or something like that for Breakers Club, actually, and no sign of it, at least at my Walmart. I keep drinking because my throat's still sore. We got Cole Henry of the Nationals, Pavin Smith, Diamondbacks, Logan Evans, Mariners, Taylor Ward, Angels. Our blue sparkly thingy is Mike Vassell of the White Sox. We got Justin Turner for the Cubs, Patrick Corbin, Rangers, and Casey Mize, Tigers. Of course, there will be short prints in Heritage. I'm not flipping all the cards over. I am going to make sure I show the front of every card. So there might be some image variations, etc. But I'm not going to take the time to try to flip every card over unless someone informs me there's a valid reason why I need to do so. I don't think in Heritage there usually is. We got Mason Miller of the Padres, Miguel Andujar, Athletics, Logan Van Way for Houston. We have another numbered parallel, Kenley Jansen of the Angels, 110 out of 150. This is the blue refractors. For the Angels, where's my list of Angels? That's going to Peach Pits. Congratulations, Peach Pits. I'm sure we'll be happy with that one. Very nice. We just have a regular blue parallel, Carlos Santana for the Guardians. Running out of room for all my parallels already. We got Dylan Carlson of the Orioles, Trevor Larnach of the Twins, and another twin, Alan Rodin. Next pack. We have Ty France, Blue Jays, Juan Murillo, Diamondbacks, Kyle Gibson, Orioles. We have award winner, 2024 AL Manager of the Year, Stephen Vogt of the Guardians. This has like a weird sort of foil board finish to it. We have an upside down, Kyle Manzardo, Blue Sparkle for the Guardians. Brad Lord, Nationals, Chase Meredith, White Sox, and Brandon Lockridge of the Padres. Chandler Simpson, Rays, Brandon Pfaadt, Diamondbacks, Brett Beatty, Mets. We got a chrome Jack Dreyer for the Dodgers. Now, these used to be serially numbered, but they appear not to be anymore. At least I don't see any numbering on there, but that's going to the Dodgers. Put that over there, I guess. We've got Thurman Munson of the Yankees. A very patriotic card. 1776 to 1976. 200 years of America. There we go. Going to the Yankees. That's kind of a cool insert as well. We got Ryan Rollison of the Rockies, Logan Henderson Brewers, and Juan Mejia of the Rockies. Mejia? I don't know how you say his name. A lot of guys I've not heard of in this set as well. That happens with high number. We got Tyler Callahan of the Reds. I think they just traded him to the Pirates, if I'm not mistaken. Oswaldo Cabrera, Yankees. Drake Baldwin, Braves. Oh, there's our hit. It's Brian Wu of the Mariners. At least it's a nice dark blue. This going to Ocelot. So congratulations, Ocelot, on your Brian Wu. That is a dark blue, if my eyes don't deceive me, though. So that's kind of nice for a Mariners collector. And I like the Heritage relics, generally speaking. Clubhouse collection. They've been doing these for a long time, but they're usually pretty nice. We got Evan Phillips, regular blue parallel, which looks good for the Dodgers. Zach Veen, Rockies, Maverick Hanley, Orioles, and there's Jack Dreyer as his regular base card. Next pack. Lucas Giolito, Red Sox. Dustin May, Red Sox. Elvis Alvarado, Athletics. Another Chrome, Ryan Gusto of the Astros. Regular Chrome. He can go up there. We have Wins Rookie of the Year, Billy Williams for the Cubs. 1961 Rookie of the Year. I like those. Like the old baseball flashbacks. I'm not sure what this is actually. What this set is called now. It's not clearly marked as far as I'm concerned, but something like that. Adam Frazier, Royals, Jake Fraley, Reds, and Taylor Walls of the Rays. Excuse me. Try very hard not to have a coughing fit while doing this. Willie McIver, Athletics, Mikael Garcia, Royals, Connor Thomas, Brewers, Kyron Paris, Angels. We got a blue, Kyle Gibson. Josh Rojas, White Sox, Wilmer Flores, Giants, and Jose Iglesias of the Padres. And our next pack. Connor Gillespie, Marlins. Kyle Stowers, also for the Marlins. We got Chase Lee of the Tigers. We got a sparkly blue Anthony Santander for the Blue Jays. Robbie Ray, Giants. Augustin Ramirez, Marlins. Lou Albert Arias, Marlins. Gunnar Hoglund, Athletics. I'm not sure if I knew more than two people out of that last pack. Connor Joe, Reds. Shane Bieber, Blue Jays. I don't know why his pictures are red in this update set. Kyle Hendricks, Angels. Michael McGreevy, Cardinals. We got, there we go, a perfect 10. Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers. There's a nice one for the Dodgers. Cameron Misner, Rays. Luis May, Reds. And Omar Cruz of the Padres. Very full box, which is nice. I appreciate that. Tyler Owens, Tigers. Matt Wallner, Twins. Matthew Lugo, Angels. Another Chrome, Logan Henderson of the Brewers. We've got a blue, Yohan Moncada of the Angels. Looks like it's just taking it your neighborhood park. Chase Petty, Reds. Hayden Singer, Mets. And Luke Keiskell of the Twins. I do enjoy Heritage. I stopped collecting it a long time ago because of the short prints, but I have to admit, I do like it. Rich Hill, Royals. Caleb Freeman, White Sox. Tommy Pham, Pirates. Austin Hayes, Reds. Gavin Sheets, Padres. Max Kepler, Phillies. Javier Baez, Tigers. And Thairo Estrada of the Rockies. I'm going to move this big stack of base cards out of the way just so I don't spill it. Put those in the box for now. We're about halfway through now. Again, lots of cards. Lots for me to sort this week. Hunter Dobbins, Red Sox. Matt Gorski, Dodgers. Phil Mayton, Rangers. Tirso Ornelas, Blue Sparkle for the Padres. Martin Perez, White Sox. Victor Scott II, Cardinals. Sam Huff, Giants. And Travis d'Arnaud of the Angels. Kyle Manzardo, Guardians. Leo Rivas, Mariners. Alex Verdugo, Braves. Robert Hassel III, Nationals. We've got a rookie performer, Brooks Lee. That's a nice one. Brooks Lee, here's what the back of that looks like for the Twins. Very nice for the Twins. Matthew Boyd, Cubs. Josh Naylor, Mariners. And Luis Urias of the Athletics. I kind of like that Heritage has the same inserts that have, exist from year to year. Michael Busch, Cubs. Braxton Fulford, Rockies. Merrill Kelly, Rangers. Got a blue parallel Juan Morello of the Diamondbacks. Paul DeJong, Nationals. Michael Darrell Hicks, Pirates. Blaine Krim, Rockies. Tim Elko, White Sox. I also like the sparkly Heritage cards. The shiny ones, the chrome. Sean Murphy, Braves. Mick Abel, Twins. 2C Cheng, Pirates. We've got another chrome, Robbie Ray of the Giants. And then we have an upside down blue sparkle. There's back-to-back 2C Chengs. Christopher Sanchez, Phillies. Blade Tidwell, Giants. And Garrett McDaniels of the Angels. Next up, Michael Taylor, White Sox. Jorbit Vivas, Yankees. Brandon Young, Orioles. We have a chrome refractor, Sam Huff of the Giants. not serially numbered. Does it say refractor? It does say refractor on it. So that is a proper refractor. Harrison Bader Twins, Nick Enright Guardians, Tim Tawa Diamondbacks, and Brady Basso of the Athletics. Heard of like 2 of those guys. You really have to be deep in your baseball knowledge to know most of these players, I'm afraid. Sarin Lau, Mariners, Shane Smith, White Sox, Tanner Scott, Dodgers, Jordan Beck, Chrome for the Rockies. We got a blue, Colton Gordon, Astros, Eric Miller, Giants, Evan Sisk, Pirates, and Carlos Correa for the Astros. I do imagine there's probably going to be somebody in this set that does pan out, and then all the parallels and all that good stuff will probably end up being quite valuable. The question is, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Yohel Pozo of the Cardinals? Probably not. Tyler Tolbert, Royals, Griffin Canning, Mets. We have this is the 200 anniversary parallel, numbered 11 out of 200. And you can see it stamped down here, 1776 to 1976. Of Braden Fisher of the Blue Jays. Now, the backs don't show anything different, really, that I can see, but there is some serially numbering there. And this one is 11 out of 200 going to the Blue Jays. So, JC, going to you. Very cool. Shelby Miller, Sparkly Blue for the Brewers. Jason Hegeman, Mets. Colton Gordon, Astros. And Evan Phillips for the Dodgers. Yeah, the blue sparkles seem to be in backwards, most packs that have one, which I don't know why, but Zach Kent, Guardians, Mason Flaherty, Blue Jays, Cal Quantrill, Marlins. We got another refractor, Hunter Dobbins of the Red Sox, still not numbered. We got Kumar Rocker, rookie performers for Texas. Yohan Makata, Angels, again. Harrison Bader, Phillies, and John Berti of the Cubs. We got a nice Mike Yastrzemski of the Royals. I don't know if that's like an action shot. I don't know whether that's actually a short print of some type or if it just happens to be his base card. There's no like designation that I can see that's anything special. I can't read the bottom thing there. Let's see, what number is this one? Oh, my lighting's not good enough here. 179 maybe? What's this guy's? I can't see. Somewhere I have a light switch back here. Well, whatever. I'm just going to make a mess of all the cards. So, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Scott Efros, Yankees. Noah Cameron, Royals. We got a chrome. Mason Flaherty of the Blue Jays. We got a blue. That's a nice Chandler Simpson for the Rays. Ernie Clement, Blue Jays. Trevor Story, Red Sox. And Tyler Mahle of Texas. For the Padres, Ryan O'Hearn, Alex Call, Dodgers. Jordan Beck, Rockies. We got another blue sparkle that's upside down. Alan Roden of the Twins. Kyle Higashioka, Rangers. Ryan Johnson, Angels. Cade Horton, Cubs. And AJ Bluebaugh of the Astros. I'm glad that my last name is not Bluebaugh. That might be a hard one growing up. Landon Roop, Giants. Enrique Hernandez, Dodgers. Jake Myers, Astros. It's an amusing image there. Moises Ballesteros, Cubs. Jose Furman, Angels. Braden Fisher, Blue Jays. Edgar Quero, White Sox. Christian Koss, Giants. And we've got one last pack for our Patreon break this month. And it has my boy, Eugenio Suarez. Now back to the Reds. Marcelo Mayer, but Mariner there. Marcelo Mayer, Red Sox. Chad Patrick, Brewers. Kirby Yates, Dodgers. We got a nice blue Harrison Bader. Mike Vassell, White Sox. Terso Ornelas, Padres. Even he looks confused as to why he's in the set. And Ryan Bergert of the Royals. So there you have it. Lots of cards in the Heritage box, which is really nice. Our big hits, if you will. We had the Braden Fisher out of 200. We had Kenley Jansen out of 150. And we had a Denzel Clark out of 99. Those were our serially numbered cards. Nice green one there. And then we had this Clubhouse collection of Brian Wu for the Mariners, plus smattering of blue, solid blues, quite a few blue sparkles, a smattering of inserts of other types, including this nice Thurman Munson, which I really like. Rookie performers are always nice to get. Perfect 10 Shohei, hard to beat that. The Billy Williams is pretty cool and award winner there. We had 2 chrome refractors, Dobbins and Huff for the Red Sox and Giants. And then we actually ended up with quite a few chrome cards. These seem to be more generous, maybe because they're not necessarily numbered anymore. But the Blue Jays, Rockies, Giants, Brewers, Astros, and Dodgers all landed one of those. And JC's coming in that Yaz is just the base card, so he just gets an action shot. So there you go. I appreciate the last minute update on that one. And that is Breakers Club for February. As I said, for March, Breakers Club will be Topps 2026 Topps Heritage. So if you like Heritage in Breakers Club, you're getting back-to-back, but different sets. Brand new 2026 should be coming out, I think, this week, I want to say. It's pre-order already, so we should have that. Along with 2 blasters, 2025 Topps Chrome Update, and 2025 Topps Series 2 Fanatics Blaster. So those are what is coming up for Patreon. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, clean up some of this trash. Okay. Now we're ready to move over to, again, I'm going to keep the feed going because some people will watch. A lot of people are in both breaks, not necessarily everybody. Some people do the Patreon, they don't do the other breaks. Some people do the other breaks, they don't do the Patreon. It's fine either way. Some people do both, which is awesome. And so a bunch of you were in both of these breaks. So we're going to move over to Breakers Club. And like I said, we've got 3 boxes plus a bonus pack. So this is what we will be opening up tonight. I think we'll start with the bonus pack and then work our way through the rest. And we'll finish off with Stadium Club last. So let's go in that order, shall we? All right, so like I said, had a couple of packs lying around. Decided why not just add them into some bonus cards. So these were unannounced bonuses, basically. So anything you get here is just a bonus. We got Zach Plesac for Cleveland, Rod Crew for the Angels, Jared Kelenic for Seattle, Freddie Freeman for the Braves, and Alejandro Kirk for the Blue Jays. Again, just a fun bonus. All right, so we're going to do this one first because this is the complete set. I don't know anything about this set, as I said. JC says, with 2026 coming out now, maybe I can finally find 2025 Heritage High number in stock at the local card shop. You are lucky to have a local card shop. I do not. I have a wonderful, fairly local board game store. It's in the next town over, and they are great. And as many of you know, I'm big on board games, but I do not have any. They don't carry sport cards at all. And so there's what this looks like. So these, I would imagine, are not going to be the same in every box. So I'm going to carefully pull those out and set them right there. This should be the full base set. So let's try to carefully pull that out. And it looks like we got a redemption because I see that right there, which is kind of a bummer. There's your empty box, by the way. Very sturdy box. So at least it's Topps, and Topps is still in business. So maybe they will do something with this. But let's start with this, shall we? We have it's a good one too. A 1951 autograph of Chris Bryant. So he would have been a Cub, I think, back then, right? 2015. Yeah, he was with the Cubs then. I'll double check just because I should make sure of that, but I feel like that's right. So this would be, this would certainly be a good one. Sometimes Topps they'll give you something for it. I'm sure it's expired, unfortunately. Although Yeah, expires 10/31/2017. That's always the risk anytime a set has redemptions in it, but JC has the TCDV listing for the set up. I appreciate that. Yeah, Cubs. Confirmed Cubs. So that will go to the Cubs. That's going to Mike. So Mike, hopefully you can get something from Topps for this. Just because that would be that's a good pull otherwise. What we can do is, I don't know if these are in order or not. Doesn't look like it because we've got Masahiro Tanaka, number 5, and then number 9 next. So they don't appear to be in order. So I'm going to go through. That's what the back looks like. So it's a nice retro back, but it looks like all the information you're getting is on the front here. So we got Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees. We have Jake Lamb for the Diamondbacks, and there's some sort of game you can play with these cards. For the Athletics, Sonny Gray. Adam Jones for the Orioles. Hanley Ramirez for the Red Sox. Starlin Castro, Cubs. Ian Kinsler, Tigers. Blake Swihart, Red Sox. Pablo Sandoval, Red Sox. Felix Hernandez, Mariners. Troy Tulowitzki, Blue Jays. Oh, Chris Bryant, rookie. So this would have been a rookie auto. Was this his rookie year? Apparently, didn't remember that. Rookie for the Cubs. That's a nice card right there. Bryce Harper, home run for the Nationals. Mike Trout. Wow, a lot of star power in a row there for the Angels. Michael Brantley, Indians, but Guardians now. Manny Machado, Orioles. Christian Yelich, Marlins. Albert Pujols, Angels. Zach Greinke, Dodgers. Jacoby Ellsbury, Yankees. Jason Hayward, Cardinals. Cole Hamels, Rangers. Archie Bradley, Diamondbacks. Daniel Norris, Tigers. Jose Bautista, Blue Jays. Anthony Rizzo, Cubs. Justin Upton, Padres. Anthony Rendon, Nationals. Kyle Seager, Mariners. Eric Hosmer, Royals. Eduardo Rodriguez, Red Sox. David Price, Blue Jays. Chris Sale, White Sox. Freddie Freeman, Braves. Giancarlo Stanton for the Marlins. Jose Abreu, White Sox. Carlos Rodon, White Sox. For the Blue Jays, Aaron Sanchez. Jacob deGrom, Mets. We've got, Jock Peterson, Dodgers. Andrew McCutchen, Pittsburgh. For the Dodgers, Yasiel Puig. Josh Donaldson, Blue Jays. Adrian Gonzalez, Dodgers. Matt Harvey, Mets. Colton Wong, Cardinals. Prince Fielder, Rangers. Francisco Lindor, Indians. Steven Strasburg, Nationals. Max Scherzer, Nationals. Tuan Walker, Mariners. Dustin Pedroia, Red Sox. Dalton Pompey, Blue Jays. Alex Cobb, Rays. Robinson Cano, Mariners. Corey Kluber, Indians. Yoenis Cespedes, Mets. David Ortiz, Red Sox. I like the bright red around him. James Shields, Padres. Joey Votto for my Reds. What's going on with this guy up here? What's happening with him? So weird. Almost looks like he's wearing a Santa hat. Michael Pineda, Yankees. Joey Gallo, Rangers. Ryan Braun, Brewers. Adrian Beltre, Rangers. Steven Souza Jr., Rays. Lucas Duda, Mets. Jose Altuve, Astros. Brandon Finnegan, Reds. Madison Bumgarner, Giants. Starlin Marte, Pirates. Carlos Gonzalez, Rockies. Billy Hamilton, Reds. Mookie Betts, Red Sox. Nice one for the Red Sox. Tampa Bay Rays get Chris Archer. Carlos Correa, rookie for the Astros. Jordan Zimmerman, Nationals. Edwin Encarnacion, Blue Jays. Rushney Castillo, Red Sox. Kevin Plawecki, Mets. Clayton Kershaw, nice one for the Dodgers. Miguel Cabrera, Tigers. Johnny Cueto, Royals. Aroldis Chapman, Reds. Nelson Cruz, Mariners. Andrew Miller, Yankees. Noah Syndergaard, rookie for the Mets. Paul Goldschmidt, Diamondbacks. Michael Wacha, Cardinals. Jorge Soler, Cubs. David Wright, Mets. Addison Russell, Cubs. Yasmani Tomas, Diamondbacks. John Lester, Cubs. Matt Kemp, Padres. Hunter Pence, Giants. Byron Buxton, rookie for the Twins. Buster Posey for the Giants. Devin Travis, Blue Jays, Evan Longoria, Rays, Craig Kimbrell, Padres, Todd Frazier, Reds, Jeff Samardzija, White Sox, Ian Desmond, Nationals, and George Springer of the Astros. So that should be the full base set. Obviously not in order, but there you go. And then it also promises a bunch of minis, and these I would assume are, excuse me, random in terms of what you're getting, because I think it's a full mini set. If I'm not, yeah, it says one in a series of 104. So we start off with a good one. We got Mike Trout mini, and the mini backs look like that. Troy Tulowitzki for the Blue Jays. Daniel Norris Tigers. Sonny Gray Athletics. David Price Blue Jays. Manny Machado Orioles. Ian Desmond Nationals. Rushney Castillo Red Sox. Chris Archer Rays. Jordan Zimmerman Nationals. Steven Souza Jr. Rays. Evan Longoria Rays. Byron Buxton rookie for the Twins. Todd Frazier for the Reds. Prince Fielder Rangers. Kevin Plawecki Mets. Steven Souza Jr. Rays. Lucas Duda Mets. Steven Souza Jr. Rays. Did I just not say him? Well, that's kind of a bummer to get two of the same one. Oh, they have different color backs. So that's apparently a parallel. Though I just see JC's comment. When you get to the minis, they're black, blue, gold, green, and red. Okay, well, we'll flip them all over in a second. We got Joey Gallo for the Rangers and Steven Strasburg for the Nationals. So we just established that there are different colors. So we had a black and a green. We have a lot of red. So those are all red. We had a fair number of blue, 3 green, 2 black, and 1 gold. So our 1 gold is Steven Strasburg. Not bad. Our 2 black are Steven Souza Jr. and Joey Gallo. Our 3 green, Steven Souza Jr., Lucas Duda, and Kevin Plawecki. And then our, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blues, Prince Fielder, Todd Frazier, Byron Buxton, Evan Longoria, and Steven Souza Jr. And then everything else is a red back. But just to go through it quickly, we got Zimmerman, Archer, Castillo, Desmond, Machado, Price, Gray, Norris, Tulowitzki, and Mike Trout. Yeah, so 10 reds a box, 5 blue a box, 3 green a box, 2 black, and 1 gold per box. So my goodness, good luck being a mini collector of, say, the black or the gold. I mean, honestly, any of these, but certainly the rest, yeah, ridiculous to try to be a set collector for those. So there you go. I'm curious what you guys think of the idea of having the occasional complete set as part of Breakers Club. I think for a set like this, it probably makes sense. I'm not sure that you could buy this set any other way. Like, were there packs of this stuff? I never saw them. That doesn't mean there weren't, of course. If this is the only way to get it, then I think doing something like this might make sense. Hopefully the Topps will do something about that. But there are, pros and cons of doing a complete set, I suppose. This one worked out kind of because there was the unknown of the parallels in the auto, but other times not necessarily the case. So if you have any thoughts, as always, let me know. JC says he struck out. On the whole thing? Or you mean on the minis? There was one team that wasn't represented in that set, if I remember right. So, I don't think it was yours. All right. Now we're moving back to more familiar territory. This is the 2021 Topps Heritage, which was the 1972 design. Excuse me. And we should get 15 packs plus an exclusive bonus pack with 3 Topps Chrome cards. So, ooh la la. All right, so there's what that box looks like. And you'll notice that these are way fuller than, say, our Topps Chrome update was. So there we go. We got lots of packs here, and each pack is full. You got 9 cards per pack. So once again, good luck, everybody, as we bust open some Heritage from 2021. We start with the red. Lucas Sims, Josh Lindblom, Brewers. Brian McMahon, Rockies. Sixto Sanchez, New Age Performer. Rich Hill Twins, Jackie Bradley Jr. in action, AL home run leaders, Pedro Severino Orioles, and 2021 rookie stars. And again, for base cards, any of the multi-team ones, I will randomize those when I'm sorting all the cards at the end. If we do pull inserts or something with multiple teams, we'll try to randomize those on video. Ketel Marte Diamondbacks, Chance Sisco Orioles, Matt Kemp Rockies, Kyle Schwarber in action, Chris Paddock Padres, Joe Adell in action, Nelson Cruz Twins, Brandon Lowe Rays, and Shane Green of the Braves. Yeah, I did like that previous set, the Topps Heritage 51. I like the playing idea, the card game idea. I think it's a pretty cool set. Sorry, I keep yawning. We got 2020 World Series Game 6 for the Dodgers there. Tommy La Stella Athletics, Jose Quintana Cubs, Ke'Bryan Hayes in action, Luis Severino Yankees. Got the Most Valuable Player Award, MVP award winners. So this goes in the non-baseball pile because it's not actually for a specific player. And we do have a non-baseball slot, so that works out great. Charlie Morton Rays, Mets rookie stars, and Jorge Soler. Let's see, have we heard of either of these rookie stars? Ali Sanchez and Franklin Colomé. No, I have not. I do not know either of those guys. Of course, I don't watch the Mets a lot, so maybe one of them has actually made it. Maybe they both have, for all I know. Red Sox, Alex Verdugo, Jose Abreu, White Sox, Nate Pearson. Whoop. Behind him is a little itty bitty Mookie Betts, Baseball Stars Bubblegum. That's kind of cool. Strange. I like that. I like the oddball things. Marwin Gonzalez Twins, Austin Riley Braves, Dodgers World Series champs, Michael Wacha Mets, rookie stars Chris Bubic and Tristan McKenzie. At least I've heard of those two. And the Sparkle Blue, Christian Yelich for the Brewers. Sparkle Blue seemed tougher to pull in 2021 compared to the one that we just opened a few minutes ago. For the Dodgers, Joe Kelly, Javier Baez Cubs, Lucas Giolito White Sox, Austin Meadow Rays, Rod Carew batting title, Casey Mize, Donovan Solano Giants, Christian Yelich Brewers, and Chris Taylor for LA. JC was just shut out on the minis. Yes. Well, with only 21 minis, that was bound to happen for several people, unfortunately. We got 2020 World Series Game 5 for the Dodgers again. Ty Buttrey Angels, Miguel Rojas Marlins. We got Whit Merrifield Boyhood Photo Stars for the Royals. Brett Gardner Yankees. Yu Darvish Cubs. Mike Yastrzemski Giants. Luke Vogt Yankees. Nomar Mazara White Sox. For Chicago, Jason Kipnis, Brandon Crawford Giants, Jesus Luzardo Athletics, Victor Reyes Tigers, Joey Votto, Alex Bregman for the Astros, Cole Calhoun Diamondbacks, Sonny Gray Reds, Nick Solak Rangers, and a nice Nelson Cruz Sparkly Blue for the Twins. Let's put that up there. Let's move Mr. Mookie Betts over here. That Betts card is going to be kind of a pain to store, I would imagine. Maikel Franco Royals, Mitch Moreland Padres, Eloy Jimenez White Sox, 2020 strikeout leaders, Gleyber Torres, Dylan Carlson for the Cardinals, Patrick Corbin Nationals, 2020 batting leaders, and John Means of the Orioles. And we still have one more box after this one, which is our 2025 Stadium Club, which we'll get to shortly. Dallas Keuchel White Sox, Tyler Mahle Reds, Trevor May Twins, Paul Goldschmidt in action. And behind him is another one of these bubblegums, Pete Alonso of the Mets, our second Baseball Stars bubblegum. Ryan Mountcastle Orioles, rookie stars Houck and Huff, Rex Kepler Twins, and Sandy Alcantara. Juan Soto for the Nationals. Max Fried Braves, Freddie Galvis Reds, rookie stars Dodgers, Kyle Ruiz and Mitch White. I've heard of one of them. We have another non-MLB. Apollo 17 lands on the moon. Spencer Howard for the Phillies, Asdrubal Cabrera Nationals, Kyle Gibson Rangers, and Scott Kingery of the Phillies. Rookie stars for the Rockies, Ryan Castellani and Ashton Goudeau. Never heard of him. Mark Canha Athletics, Michael Conforto Mets, Danny Duffy Royals, Max Scherzer Nationals, Jose Ramirez Guardians, Nationals get Adam Eaton, Cody Bellinger Giants, and Mookie Betts Game 1 of the World Series. Jarlin Garcia, Giants. Jacob deGrom, Mets. Trey Turner, Nationals. In action, Brandon Lowe. Denelson Lament, Padres. Miguel Cabrera for the Tigers. Trent Grisham, Padres. Charlie Blackmon, Rockies. Rio Ruiz for the Orioles. Justin Smoke, Giants. Robbie Ray, Blue Jays. Kyle Tucker, Astros. Kyle Schwarber, Cubs. We have the great one, Roberto Clemente of Pittsburgh. I think there was a whole bunch of Clementes in this set. 2020 AL postseason Rays, even Longoria Giants, Wilson Contreras Cubs, and White Sox Yasmani Grandal. Spencer Turnbull, Tigers, AJ Puck Athletics, Shane Bieber Indians, Nolan Arenado Rockies, Jerickson Profar Padres, Cody Bellinger Dodgers, Josh Donaldson Twins, Blake Trinan Dodgers, Jose Altuve Astros, and a nice sparkly Garrett Cole. And one more out of this box. A lot of cards tonight. James Karinchak, Guardians. Noah Syndergaard, Mets. Jesus Luzardo, A's. Hunter Dozier, Royals. Junior Guerrero, Diamondbacks. Freddie Freeman, Braves. Justice Sheffield, Mariners. Jonathan Shoup, Tigers. And Mike Minor of the Athletics. So there you have it, our 2021 Heritage Mega Box. Got 3 shiny blue sparkly chromes, a small handful of inserts, plus my 2 favorites, these little bubblegum baseball stars. I like those. I've never seen that set before. I wonder if they were Mega Box exclusives, maybe. All right. We are still not done for tonight. We have one more box, but I got one my nose, so apologies for this. Okay. Whew. This illness, I just cannot quite shake. All right, for tonight, our final box. We've got 2025, fairly hot off the presses still, Stadium Club. I've seen 1 or 2 people show off some Stadium Club cards on the blogs, but by and large, I know very little about this set. I do know we should get an autograph in each box. And frankly, if we get an auto of someone we've heard of, that's a victory. At least that seems to be how Stadium Club typically goes. Of course, there are always some good autos. Oh, hit my microphone again. It's nothing underneath, but always, Alan Ginter has taught me, always look underneath stuff, just in case. So I did. As someone that loves the Allen & Ginter brand, they like to hide stuff sometimes. All right, so good luck, everybody. This is the final box for tonight. Of course, it is nowhere near the final box of Breakers Club. We've got 3 more nights coming up yet, which we'll continue to do each Tuesday if all goes well. But this is it for tonight, so let's see what we got. And we start with Byron Buxton. We've pulled him a couple of times tonight. And there's your first Stadium Club card. Number 153, your back looks pretty standard. Stadium Club-esque. I don't know. I like the design okay. I don't like only getting like a year of stats, but that's a me problem more than anything. Not too shabby. Marcelo Mayer, nice rookie for the Red Sox. Manny Machado, getting a bath. We've got a red parallel, Adel Amador for the Rockies. Nice rookie red there. We have a blue foil. Got to watch the upper corner for these. Pete Alonso for the Mets. Denzel Clark climbing the wall there for the A's. Jose Altuve with a nice slide. I like the action shots for the Astros. And a dapper Drake Baldwin, rookie for the Braves. So really crisp photos, as Stadium Club is generally known for. But so far, so good on that front. We got Matt Shaw of the Cubs. C.J. Abrams, Nationals. That's an interesting shot. John Bertie. I don't think it's anything. Yeah, the Cubs. Kind of a washed out look. Not sure that that's supposed to be a parallel of any kind, but pretty cool. Cool shot. We got Jimmy Rollins, red for the Phillies. We have an upside down in case of emergency break glass. Jacob Wilson, rookie for the Athletics. Kind of a neat design there as well. There's a nice send-off of Larry Walker for the Rockies, Greg Maddux for the Braves, and Matt McLain for my Reds. Hopefully McLain can turn it around this year after last year's abysmal season. A-Rod for the Rangers. We got Craig Biggio just sitting there. Oh, he's enjoying cards like that. For the Astros, they don't want a whole set like that, but a few mixed in. Good stuff. Shane McClanahan for the Rays. We got a red Zach Wheeler for the Phillies, our second Phillies red. We have I'm going to say orange Denzel Clark for the A's. Looks like an orange to me. Hey, we got Barry Larkin. I don't think I had that one yet. I don't even know if I added it to my trade want and trade list yet. So very nice. Rhett Lauder for the Reds and Alex Bregman of the Red Sox. Next pack. Jackson Jobe for Detroit. Brandon Wu, Mariners. Moises Ballesteros, rookie for the Cubs. We've got a red O'Neal Cruz. Kind of a cool shot there for Pittsburgh. We have yours for the taking, Julio Rodriguez. A strange motif going on there for the Mariners. Nolan Ryan, Astros. Mark Vientos, Mets. And Logan Gilbert of Seattle. JC says that the orange is actually called bronze. Bronze, but they look orange. Yeah, why not call it something other than what it looks? Thanks, Tops. Kevin Alcantara, Cubs. Jung-Hoo Lee, Giants. Hunter Green, who is now hurt and out for a good chunk of the year for my Reds. We got a nice Pete Alonso tip of the cap for the Mets. We have our auto. And how about that beauty? Ken Griffey Sr. for my Reds getting in on the action and a beautiful autograph. When I just said that we would expect, if we get a guy we've even heard of, we're lucky. How about that? That is a reward for me powering through illness and meetings. There we go. Awesome. We got to get that one in frame here. Let's put that right there, shall we? Here we go. Cal Ripken Jr. for the Orioles. Corbin Burns. That's a sweet shot there. And Pete Crow Armstrong for the Cubbies. That is on card, yes. JC. A couple of nices. The two insert autos I got were stickers. Nope, this one is on card and it's beautiful. Not numbered or anything on the back. I didn't actually flip it over, but that's what the back looks like. But nope, that is on card. No sticker to be found. Kind of get the light on it. See it right on there. And a beautiful autograph, too. Wow. Oh, it made my night. Nomar Garciaparra, Red Sox. Kodai Senga, Mets. Chipper Jones for the Braves. We got a red Yu Darvish for the Padres. We've got another, in case of emergency, break glass, Jackson Merrill for the Padres. Luis Robert for the White Sox, junior. Dylan Cruz, Nationals rookie. And Juan Soto for the Mets. And look at Mr. Met in the background there. That's a nice shot. I like that. Who are your autos, JC, that you got? Are they guys we've heard of? William Contreras, Brewers. Ketel Marte, Diamondbacks. Sandy Alcantara, Miami. Junior Caminero, red for the Rays. And then I guess we've now called this the bronze, Trevor Hoffman for the Padres. A cool card, too. I like that shot. Sonny Gray, Cardinals. Bryce Harper, Phillies. Justin Verlander as a Giant. Lawrence Butler, Oakland. Mackenzie Gore, Nationals. Seiya Suzuki, Cubs. Caden Dana, Angels, red. We have a yours for the taken, Dylan Cruz for the Nationals. Cody Bellinger, Yankees. Ben Rice, Yankees. And Prince Fielder for the Brewers. Just going to move some of these base cards out of the way. A big hurt and Ceddanne Rafael. All right, well, you did all right then. I've heard of all those guys. And the big hurt's excellent. Will Smith, Dodgers. Brent Rooker, A's. Corbin Carroll, Diamondbacks. We got a nice red Freddie Freeman. Randy Arozarena for the Mariners. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Dodgers. Agustin Ramirez, Miami. And Haesung Kim for the Dodgers. Bryce Terang, Brewers. Royce Lewis, Twins. Zach Gallen, Diamondbacks. We've got a red Justin Henry Malloy for Detroit. We have a concentration. Ooh, Greg Maddux for the Braves. Xavier Edwards, Miami. Evan Longoria, Rays. And Ryan Howard of the Phillies. Can't go wrong with Frank Thomas. I actually have a small Frank Thomas collection. Mostly because when I find his cards, I find them hard to part with. Bo Bichette, Blue Jays. Paul Konerko, White Sox. Chase Utley, nice diving card for the Phillies. We've got James Wood. Not really sure what he's doing there. Celebrating something for the Nationals. That's our red. Salvador Perez. This guy is still playing. That's amazing for the Royals. Ozzie Albies, Braves. And Logan Henderson for the Brewers. Next pack. For the Mariners, Ben Williamson. Shane Bieber, Blue Jays. Gleyber Torres, Tigers. We got the diving Chase Utley as a red. And then we've got a Savage Slugger, Kobe Mayo rookie, playing baseball out in the mountains and forests and stuff. Kind of a cool card. You look like there should be a dinosaur popping out of that. Rafael Devers, Giants. We got my boy Ellie De La Cruz, who hopefully can put it all together this year. And Jordan Westburg of Baltimore. A few more packs to go yet tonight. And a lot to open tonight, didn't we? Yu Darvish, Padres. There's Frank Thomas, base card for the White Sox. Vlad Guerrero Jr., Blue Jays. And I see Johan Santana, tip of the cap, red parallel. Honus Wagner, nice old timer. Jackson Merrill, Michael Busch, and Denzel Clark for the A's. Grayson Rodriguez, going through the Orioles flags there. Joe Mauer, Twins. Ronald Acuna Jr., Braves. Andrew Benintendi, White Sox. We got another concentration, Jackson Jobe for Detroit. There's Jose Altuve sliding in again. Drake Baldwin for the Braves. And Larry Walker for the Rockies. That field felt very repetitious. Next pack. Matt Shaw, Cubs. CJ Abrams, Nationals. There's our John Bertie again, so apparently not a parallel. Nolan Arenado, red for the Cardinals. Greg Maddux, Matt McLean, and Barry Larkin again. Yeah, double of Larkin. Wouldn't mind getting the red parallel of Larkin. And last but not least, Byron Buxton of the Twins. Marcelo Mayo, Red Sox. Manny Machado, Padres. Matt Shaw is our red parallel for the Cubs. We got Cal Raleigh, Savage Slugger. That's fair. Like 60 homers last year. Rhett Lauder, Reds. Jose Ramirez, Guardians. And our final card is a very celebratory Fernando Tatis Jr. Whew. So there you have it. That was tonight's breaks. A lot of cards, a lot of sorting ahead of me. I will not be doing it tonight. I can tell you that right now. I will be sorting the Patreon break first because Breakers Club still runs for another several weeks. So the Patreon break will get sorted first, hopefully before the week is out. And then I will be starting my sorting of Breakers Club after that. Just so you kind of know my general timeline. Just sleeved a couple of those cards. And of course, the big prize, the Ken Griffey Senior Auto. Yes, agreed. JC, repetition should not happen in a 200 count set, especially when one card in every pack is a red parallel. So, and then also basically every pack had an insert or parallel, I think, extra on top of that. So yeah, you shouldn't be having repetition in a single box, but Topps doesn't care about set collectors. It seems to be the going theme of a lot of modern Topps stuff. So yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Super Gadget, both of you for hanging out with me and our mystery third person. And at some point, fourth person who was quiet. I don't think I missed any comments other than from JC and Super Gadget, but I appreciate all of you watching live. I appreciate those that watch it after the fact, which I know a number of you do because evenings are tough for several people. We will be back next Tuesday with the next Breakers Club. I forget what I have on tap, but it'll be something fun. Is the hope. So yes, I will see you again next week, hopefully Tuesday around 8:30. And for now, I'm going to go rest and I will hopefully be feeling better and hopefully back to full strength next week. So have a wonderful evening. Oh, JC says got 2 hobby boxes, only got 2/3 of the way through the video. Yeah, that's ridiculous. You should definitely be closer than that, especially because you're getting duplicates in the same box, which is just rotten. They Topps started doing that with their hobby boxes of like just base flagship and their jumbo boxes. It used to be you could get a full base set in every jumbo box, but now they seem to have too many duplicates to have that happen. So that's a bummer for sure. But I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. All right, I'm out. I'm starting to lose my voice. Have a wonderful evening, everyone, and I'll be talking to you over on the Discord. Bye for now.